Hello learners, welcome back. In this video, we are going to learn about the moment area theorem 1. First, we will see what the theorem actually says and then we will learn how to derive this theorem. So let's start. Here I have written the definition or the theorem. You want to read it, you read it once, but I'm quite sure you'll not understand anything. So let me just explain what the theorem is all about. So let's start. Let's suppose there is a simply supported beam and the beam is having a concentrated load. Under the load, the beam will deflect something like this. This curve is called the elastic curve of the beam. Now this is very exaggerated figure of the deflection. The beam doesn't deflect like this, rather the deflection is very small. But just to show you how the beam deflects and how we'll analyze the beam, so this is the exaggerated figure of the beam. And this is called the elastic curve. Let me write it. Now let's take 2 points A and B on the elastic curve. If we draw 2 tangents from these 2 points, the tangents will intersect somewhat like this. Now this is point A, this is point B. The slope at point A with respect to the original beam is theta A. This is theta A. This is horizontal line I'm trying to draw. This is theta A. Now, the slope of the beam at point B with respect to horizontal is theta B. But in this theorem, we are not going to calculate either theta A nor theta B. So what are we actually going to calculate? We are going to calculate this angle, which is theta BA. The first letter B represents the angle at the point B and this second letter A represents with respect to tangent at point A. That means we are finding out what is the angle theta at B with respect to the tangent drawn at A. Understood? So we will write it as theta B. That means we want to find the slope at the point B with respect to the tangent, this tangent which has been drawn at point A. So we write this angle as theta BA. That means theta at B with respect to the tangent at A. I hope this is clear now. So this quantity can be found out using the moment area theorem 1. So what is that theorem? It states that if you want to find the theta A, BA, that means theta BA slope at point B with respect to tangent at point A, you have to find the area of M by EI diagram under these 2 points. So this, what is this? This is the moment diagram. If you divide this moment diagram by the flexural rigidity of the beam, you get the M by EI diagram. Now M by EI diagram is exactly same as the moment diagram, except that you have to divide it by EI, which will reduce its ordinates. Now the theorem says that theta B with respect to tangent at A is area under the M by EI diagram between these 2 points. So if you can find this area, which is the area of the M by EI diagram, you can find what is theta B with respect to tangent at A. So we just understood what is theorem 1 of the moment area method. This is the statement for the theorem. The theorem says that the angle between, I'm sorry, this is T, the angle between the tangents at any 2 points on the elastic curve equals the area under the M by EI diagram between these 2 points. Now we are going to derive this theorem. So let's begin with the starting point. Again, we'll take a beam which is simply supported. I'm taking a concentrated load at the center of the beam. This red portion represents the elastic curve of the beam. That means the beam will deflect something like this. Now let me take 2 points A and B where we want to find the slope, that is theta BA or theta AB. So we are going to draw two tangents, one at point B, the next at point A. Now let's again take 2 points in the curve P and Q which are very close to one another. Now I'm exaggerating these 2 points P and Q in the next page. So here is 2 points P and Q, and the distance between P and Q is dx, very small distance. Okay, this is P and Q is dx, very small distance. And this angle which is subtended by the normals at P and Q, these two are the normals at P and Q, will intersect each other at point O, and that is the center of this arc, and that is point O, and we will consider this angle as d theta. Now let's consider this distance as the radius of the circle or the radius of the arc, and we represent this as r. It is the radius of the curvature of the arc. Now since this arc length is very small, dx is very small, so can we write this dx is equals to r d theta? Or from here can we write that d theta is 1 by r into dx? Yes, we can. Let me name this equation as equation number 1. Now what we will do, we will take the help of the flexure formula. Those who don't know what is flexure formula, I have uploaded a video about the flexure formula and the derivation of that flexure formula. I'll request those learners to go through that video. It will help you understand what is flexure formula. So flexure formula says that m by I is equals to sigma by y is equals to E by R. Now from this formula, we write, we are considering these E by R and M by I. If we consider these two values, from here we can write 1 by R as M by EI. This is from flexure formula. Let this be equation number 2. Instead of 1 by R, we'll write M by EI. Putting 2 in 1, what we get, d theta as m by ei into dx. Now if we have to find the whole of theta, we have to integrate it between a and b, right? So let me draw two lines first. Okay, so now this angle is d theta, this is dx, and we want to find this angle, this whole angle, which is theta. If we want to find this theta, what we have to do? We have to integrate d theta from a to b, right? And we know that integration of d theta from a to b, if we integrate, we'll get integration of a to b m by ei dx. This is the formula, d theta is equals to m by ei dx. We are integrating this equation. So in order to get theta, this value, we are integrating d theta from a to b, and we are also integrating m by I into dx. Now you must be wondering, if we want to find this angle which is theta BA, why are we finding this angle theta here? What is the purpose of finding this angle? Now I must tell you over here that this angle theta, now I must tell you this angle theta between A and B will be same as the angle theta BA. Why is it so? I have explained you this in my previous video, but I'll explain you once again over here. Look at this circle, and there is an arc. Let's say this arc is arc AB of the circle, which is having two tangents, and the tangents are intersecting at point C. Now, the angle subtended by the normals at the center of the circle, let it be angle 1, and this angle be angle 2. Now, from the properties of the circle, we know that angle 1 is equals to angle 2, and this angle, with, let it be angle 3. Now, angle 2 plus angle 3 is again 180 degree, since it is a linear pair. So let me just write it down. Angle 1 plus angle 2 is 180 degree, and angle 2 plus angle 3 is again 180 degree. So from these two equations, what we get, angle 1 is equals to angle 3. That means this is the same scenario over here. If we somehow can find this angle theta over here, this angle theta is nothing but same as angle theta B with respect to A, with respect to tangent at A, this angle theta. They are both equal. Okay. So we are concerned with finding angle theta, which will be same as theta BA. So let's do that. Integration of d theta from A to B will give you theta at B minus theta at A is equals to integration of m by EI dx is nothing but the area of the m by EI diagram from A to B. It is same as the area of the m by EI diagram between points A and B. So here we have proved our theorem 1. So theorem 1 says that the angle between the tangents at any two points on the elastic curve equals the area under the m by EI diagram between these two points. So this was all about the moment area theorem 1. Hope you have liked it, understood. If you have any doubts, please comment in the comment section below. That's all for today's video. Bye bye. Do like and share this video and follow me for more.